प्रोग्राम में एक बार फिर खुशामदीद। Mr. Ambassador, beside this, there are multiple issues which EU itself is facing, like illegal immigrations. Recently, there are some media reports that EU is going to move some legislation in the Parliament House. Is there any plan to move the legislation, or what steps are being taken to tackle that issue, illegal immigration? Illegal immigration.
Illegal. It's irregular immigration. Well, the first of all, well, we have the legislation, relatively new, which addresses the issue both of irregular migration, but also the legal migration, which is the basis for that. Frankly speaking, I represent here in Pakistan. There are always initiatives of some members of the parliament. There are some other players, but frankly, I didn't hear any serious initiatives. On the other hand, 3 weeks ago here in Pakistan, we had mobility and migration dialogue, which is kind of sum up of the relations in this area which we had. It was the Joint Committee of Readmission, and we have good understanding here, good relations with the improvement situation and really good atmosphere. But also we have a talent partnership, which are opening of the pathway for legal immigration for the skilled people of Pakistan. Of course, it's really a gradual process. So I think that we have a quite good harmonious relation also on the issue of migration. Yes, of course, there are challenges. So with the irregular migration, which is not new. It's from quite time ago. So it was the situation 2014, 2015. So from North Africa, Syria, and similar. But of course, it's really the prerogative of the EU member states to tackle with that. But speaking bilaterally, we have I'm really very glad that we have good.
As you mentioned about security, after conflict between India and Pakistan and US's policy towards Russia, India, and Iran, what changes in the region do you expect?
Well, always we expect the stability in the region. It's the first, of course, really what really want. So indeed, peace is actually one of the biggest values of humanity. And also you have the wars, but in particular, so Europe had the Second World War, where Pakistan is also participated. So in this time, it's about losses, it's about the destructions and the situation which we have, the war in Europe, Russia's aggression against Ukraine. It is really not acceptable. The same we are asking, we are calling for the peaceful solutions in all the conflicts if they are starting, to try to prevent and to get really the solutions by the agreement. So it's really about the stability, about the sovereignty of the countries, the territorial integrity, the principles which are embodied in the United Nations Charter, the Charter of United Nations, where Pakistan has plays the role as the non-permanent member of the Security Council. Also, we're starting its participation as the member of United Nations Human Rights Council. And of course, it will be win-win situation, positive for all to the region, but also in the relations between the European Union and Pakistan. This active participation, leadership position of Pakistan.
But UN is being criticized by Trump himself.
Of course, it's really President Trump. He has his own view, which do not like. But one is the common. It's common. We have quite a lot of common issues between Pakistan and the European Union. That really we are supporters of the multilateral system, being its United Nations and international institutions, but also on trade, the World Trade Organization. Well, yes. U.S. currently has another position, and it's quite unfortunate because United States was really very important country which was building United Nations and developing it. World Trade Organization also. So we expect that Americans will realize that it's necessary to come back to multilateral systems, than the multilateral system, multilateral approach, than the unilateral actions.
But recently, even there are some media reports that Pakistan is likely to join International Stabilization Force after Gaza peace agreement. Would you comment on the Gaza peace agreement?
Yeah, we also, as in case of the region, speaking about the wider region, Europe was always the supporter of peace in the region, looking to it historically. So there were a lot of initiatives which were not necessarily from the European Union. It was started long time ago, but European Union member states, but not only other countries in Europe, and we continue to that. What happened with the war? Of course, it's unfortunate, but of course we always were for the during the war for the if it's impossible to prevent for implementation of humanitarian law and humanitarian assistance which should be allowed. But we welcome, of course, all the initiatives regarding the peace, including, of course, of the participation, possible participation of Pakistan. On the other hand, so also about Europe's role, just would like to flag that Europe was long time building structures in Palestine, and speaking about the monetary term, financial contributions, well, it's absolute donor, number one donor for these purposes, and we determined to continue for the stabilization of Gaza, and while making contribution to the peace, to peace either.
नाज़रीन, यहाँ पर एक मुख्तसर सा ब्रेक लेते हैं और ब्रेक के बाद गुफ्तगू को आगे बढ़ाते हैं.